Hey everyone, appreciate you all being here at USA Crypto Group for this AMS session. Today we have a project called Besa Gaming. And the mission is creating a gaming ecosystem with various games that everyone can understand and enjoy while earning money. So with that being said, I'd like to welcome the CEO, Gabe, from the team. Gabe, it's a pleasure seeing you here for the third time. For those that may not have heard of you yet or have not seen you yet, if you can start out introducing yourself, talking about your team, and giving us a bit of insight into your background experience.
Well, first of all, thank you for having us. Thank you for allowing me to talk to you guys and to speak to everybody about Besa and what we're trying to do. Uh, Besa is basically it's a crypto project, but it's actually a real company. So we're creating different ways to create income that we're going to share with everybody, all the different holders. And the main reason why we created Besa is because we all got scammed from other projects, and we wanted to create something real, something that's actually legit, something that's really honest, and that everybody can benefit from it. So that's really all it is. I mean, we are basically into gaming, but not only into that. We also expanded. We're looking to expand into different things. With the creation of our company, we're going to create our own products. We're going to do a bunch of different stuff. So, we're going to be around for a while. So, like I said, that's the idea: create something legit, something that's really honest, and that can be, around for years and years to come.
Thanks for that introduction there. And I remember vividly the first conversation that we had. And, that's what you came across to me, that you're very honest and very committed to the project. And I think the community sentiment was the same because, your chart went up, I think a few X's after that, went up pretty good, right? But here you are months and months later now. You're here on the webcam still. You guys just launched a Solana, and you are still out there actively promoting the project and working on the project. So I think the commitment is there 100%. So that's what I sense from you guys. So it's actually really nice to see that the project's been around for a while now. For the crypto space, it is for a while. And you're still here. You did over your BNB chain. Let's talk about that right out the gate. I just pulled up the chart just now. 48%, 24 hours. So that's pretty good over there, right? On the BNB.
Oh yeah, I mean it's great. When we launched, we did a times 50 for early investors, made a nice profit out of the BNB chain. Obviously, it does the up and downs like everything else, right? But right now we're still sitting at a times 12, times 13 from when we started. So it's been, it's a process. There's always all these different things that you have to work through. There's all these different, people complaining, people that got in late, lose some money, so they're upset. We keep telling them to hold on because we are, something real. We are trying to create something that is going to benefit everybody long term. So we keep telling people, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and hold your stuff. So we have really, really amazing holders, investors that they believe in Besa so much, and they've been holding on forever. And they help us, hold our floor stable and never really crash like a lot of other projects do or did. And we keep working on it and just improving. And going into Solana is one of those things, trying to improve the project itself.
Right. And yeah, you guys just recently just launched with Solana, and we were talking in a bit here, but like you said, you guys sitting on 13x right now. So if I remember correctly from the first conversation, you guys pretty much started out with very, very low market cap. And you guys and you fund your own project, right? You fund your own project, then you launch with a very, very low LP, very, very low market cap. So it wasn't your intention for just to grab the money right out the gate, right? You pretty much just bootstrap and do everything yourself to the point where you had to fund your LP as well, correct?
Yes, to this point, we fund everything, all the games, all the different apps, everything that we've been coming up with. It's been paid by the team, right? When we started on BNB, it was a 9,400 market cap, I believe, something around that number when we started. and we went all the way to 540,000. Dropped down to 40,000, went back up to 300,000. So it's, like I said, it's been doing all these different things. But the beauty of it is that because of the reflections, people that are holding, they keep getting reflections back, sent to them automatically. So, that's the plan, right? We want to create this passive income that benefits everybody as long as they hold and they believe in the project. And like I said, this is going to happen for a very long time. Even after I'm gone, I believe it's going to continue to happen because we are creating an actual business that is going to develop and is going to do different services, is going to do a bunch of different things. So we are going to have an actual company. So all this is happening, is being worked on every single day. And, eventually it's going to come to fruition. I really believe that.
Remember that actually. That wow. So you guys started. I didn't. I did not remember that actually. You guys started only for $900 market cap, which is crazy. But yeah, no, I remember.
9,000.
Oh, 9,000.
9,400. Yeah.
That's very low. And I remember the all-time high. Actually, it wasn't very long right after AMA that you guys went up all-time high, because I remember we keep doing an update on you. Bessa, this many X's. Bessa, congrats. So it shot all the way up to 540. So you guys do the math. So that's actually pretty impressive. So right now sitting at 137,000, still a lot. Like Gabe mentioned there, around 12, 13x from the low. So that's quite a bit, and they're still hustling. All right, well, let's really focus on your ecosystem. So you guys' mission is to create a platform where gamers can play and earn money. So let's focus on that. Let's talk about that. Where are we at? Are there any games? Give us some details on that.
Oh, actually, we have plenty of games. I'm gonna send you the link. I think I sent it to you guys already, so you can share it, or I'll do that in a little bit. We do have 5 games right now. There's one game that's on iOS and Android. There's another game that is on Android only, and then there's 3 games that we're working on that are web-based, but we are working to get them into the app stores. So they're very easy games, nice games. Do you know we have the Candy Crush version of the game, but it's called Crypto Crush. And very easy game. Everybody knows that type of game, and they can play it right now. And we have a leaderboard where it shows us the top 10 players, the top 10 scores, and we are going to be giving prizes to those guys. So as long as you're playing the game and you get into the top 10, you're going to get some prizes. And it's the same thing with the other games. So we are working on the play to earn. It's not available yet. It's a big development thing. It's not something that happens right away, but we have been working on it for months. And finally, we got into iOS, which really is an impressive feat, because iOS literally cracking down on crypto projects. They sent us an actual email that says that. It said that because of all the different scams into crypto, all the different games, different apps that are into crypto, and all the different scams, they're really cracking down on that. So it took us quite a bit to get through the process and to get the approval, but we finally did last week. And like I said, once we get into that, there's going to be more and more stuff. We are applying for our next game to be into iOS as well. So you're going to be seeing that hopefully the next couple of days.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you guys have like around 5 games going on right now, and you got one on iOS and Android, one for Android, and a couple web games as well. And you guys are proactively working on the play to earn. And I know the play to earn, and I know that you guys did not raise a large capital like most of the game company would do. So you're literally building this, pretty much with very low budget, or pretty much from your own pocket, in a sense, or just your time. But what is the roadmap on that? Can you speak on that, or on like what do you foresee this?
I mean, like I said, we're right now literally working on it. There's our developers. They're trying to implement all the play to earn into all our different games. Hopefully next week or the couple weeks, we'll have some more news about it, and we can give everybody really an actual update and a real ETA on it. but it's being worked on. Is we are actually have another game that we are trying to get going to. It's been on the works for a few months. It has 15 levels, different characters, different ways to play. Everybody's gonna love this game. And like you said, everything has been paid by the team. I do cover a lot of the cost myself because I believe in what we're doing. I believe that Besa is gonna be, eventually it's gonna be a really big project that people are gonna really understand. Once they understand everything that we're trying to do and how everybody's gonna benefit from it, that everybody's gonna want to be a part of it, right? So I really believe that, and that's why like I said, I put my everything I have into this, my time, my finances. I try to do as much as I can, and we are getting to the point. Like I said, having all these different games is not easy. It's not easy to do. It's really takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort implementing the back end with the blockchain and allowing everything together. It is also a big process. So everything is in the works.
Sounds good. All right, so now let's talk. Now, recently you guys just launched over in Solana. Let's talk about that.
Yes, I mean we launched in Solana. People are asking why Solana, right? The question is why, because the answer is because it's one of the biggest chains going on right now. Trying to take trying to expand into that market. It's just the best decision that we could make. I know that we had some issues, when we launched on Pixel because there's so many problems that they need to figure out, and that created, some fear when we launched. Some people got scared because we weren't able to close the pre-sale at the time that we agreed it was going to happen. And it's because there was just bugs and different things that pop up really at the end, and it really hurt the process on Solana, right? It hurt the project, so we went down quite a bit. Now we're back up to where we started, and we continue to do our development. We continue to do all those different things, but the main reason why we launched into Solana is obviously because it's one of the biggest chains going on, and it's super hot. It's just keeps going up and up, and not taking advantage of that momentum, will be a mistake for Besa.
Right. Yeah, 100%. Solana's been very hot over there just because they're the gas fee, the transaction fees, and etc. I mean, looking at the price point, right now it's at 147, which is insane. It was actually pretty crazy. Is it top four or top three right now on the? Let me take a look here. Yes, top five. If it's top four
Yeah.
without stablecoin, which is sitting at 65 billion market cap. That's insane.
Yep.
That's actually pretty crazy. I did not see Solana went up the way that it did so fast, that the way it did, to be honest with you. But it is the hottest thing right now. You go with Twitter right now, you have a lot of the big influencers that think that Solana is going to be the chain that is going to be very bullish here in the coming bull run here. Oh, I pretty much we're in already. But yeah, it's a very popular chain. Have a lot of projects going over there right now. Everything it's taking off over there. So I definitely see why you went over there. But over Solana, there are no taxes, right? You have no tax over in Solana
Yes.
versus the BSC side, right? Let's speak on that. What the tokenomics for the BSC side and the Solana, which is nothing, right?
So, well, that's actually good. One of the reasons why we went with Solana, I know that it doesn't have a tax, right? There's no taxes, there's no reflections in Solana. So when we started this BSC version, the Binance version, we had this idea in mind that we were going to be able to do multi-chain rewards for our holders. That means that we will be able to add different chains into our environment, into our ecosystem, and reward everybody, in different ways, right? So when we created the first version, we had that in mind already. So we allocated 300 million of that version to the future multi-chain reflections. So right now we're actually the first project that's offering Solana holders, rewards for just holding their tokens. So by holding your tokens on Solana or BCS, you're gonna get reflections. You're gonna get different rewards. We have our games have in-game advertising, so every time you play the game, you'll get to see, Google ads, Facebook ads, actual in-game advertising like the billboards, different images in the game. We're gonna be selling that space. We're gonna be offering that to different projects and renting it out and in a monthly basis. So all that income, all the money that's coming back our way, we are gonna put it back into the different funds that we have, and then share that into all the different holders that we have. So we're really expanding as crazy. There's crazy numbers. There's so many people interested in our project. Our group keeps growing every single day, and people are just kind of waiting. They're a little, I'll say, maybe don't know exactly what we're trying to do. They don't understand it 100%, and I understand that because it's new. It's something that it hasn't happened before, but we've been talking about this for months. We've been planning all this, for a very long time, and I think we know how we're doing it, and it's going to happen. And like I said, everybody's going to benefit.
You mentioned reflection. Now I understand, the BSC tokenomics where you have the contract automatically does the reflection back to the investors on the buy and sell transaction. But when you say reflections on Solana, what does that mean? How are you guys doing that?
So by the allocation of the 300 million, that we put on the side, right? When we started, those 300 million were not getting any reflections. They were locked up, put away. We put them away, make sure that they were safe. Now, yesterday, actually the day before, we opened that up to reflections. So the reflections that are coming into that particular fund are going to be turned into reflections for Solana holders. One of the things that we're doing to benefit the BSC version is we're actually buying back quite a bit of our token to add into that fund itself to increase the reflections that are coming into that. Like I said, it's all about, as long as you're holding 1 million Besa tokens on either version, you are going to get reflections. If you're holding the BNB version, you are going to get automatic reflections, right? Because there's part of the tax already, and that's working perfectly. When we get into the Solana aspect of it, we are working on a way that, on a bot that's going to help us to airdrop everybody different amounts depending on how much they're actually holding. And then people will be able to go ahead and claim that, whenever they have time. We are working on that. Is something that we're doing, at the moment, and it needs to be set up. There's different things that we need to do, but we are the first actual project that has that. This is new, so we got to make sure that we do it right. We are working on it, but it is new. It's something that nobody has ever seen before. I really believe that. And I think that other projects are going to start following what we do.
Okay, so just to clarify, so right now, so you're using so you have a wallet out there that has a bunch of Besa token on the BNB side, which those were locked up, which it couldn't earn reflections. So now that it's unlocked, now it has a chance to earn reflections, and you're going to use those reflections to rewards the holders over in Solana. Correct? Am I?
Exactly. That's 100% what it is. And then as we expand and go into new, chains and different versions of Besa, we are going to keep adding into, the rewards for multi-chain. So that means if we, just an example, it doesn't mean that we're going to do it, but let's say we do ETH, right? We're going to add some of those, allocate some of those funds to be used for rewards for the holders of Besa on the different chains. So that's what I'm talking about, the multi-chain, rewards, right? So as we grow, as we get bigger and get more chains, those rewards are only going to continue to increase.
I see. Okay. Yeah. So you're gonna have to manually figure it out. Your top holders, right? Your loyalty holders. Your
Well,
loyal
right now,
holders.
right now the bot is actually very similar to the reflections, the way it works on BNB, right? If you have 20 million, you get 20 times what a person with the 1 million gets on reflections. So it's very similar that way. The one thing that we have to work on is trying to combine all the different holders into one pot, right? And that's part of the process that we're trying to work on. But I think it's going to be okay. We should be able to do it. And worst case scenario, we'll do it manually to start, have different brackets with different holders, different amounts, and then manually send them their rewards. And as soon as we get everything set up and make sure that the bot is checked and audited and everything is 100% safe, then we'll go ahead and release that and let everybody know.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. This is probably the first attempt to do something like that. Right, using the BNB reflections to get back to the Solana, which is really unique. So yeah, no, I think one thing about over here is, and I think one of the reasons why Solana took off is because there's no tax, right? There's no tax over here, and people just like that in general, right? And there's no ability to add or change that in general. But you guys got a way to beat that a bit, and bring
it's like our contract with Solana is renounced, right? So there's nothing that we can do. There's no control. It's already renounced at 100%. So it is nice to have that, but we are a project that wants to give back that wants to actually give passive income to holders, and having that ability to make changes to it is important to us. So that's why we have that option on the BNB side, and then as we expand into other, like I said, other chains, then we'll try to do the same, and then find a way to benefit everybody at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely. I like the fact that you continually think about your investors, your loyal holders. I think in the long run that's important. Now, they may not see much now just because all that reflections is dependent on the volume, right? But I think once you guys have the developments done, and the games are built, and you have the advertisement revenue coming in, etc., I think that's going to pay quite well ultimately. If you still making commitment, continue to make commitment on it. But yeah, no, I think that's great. Now let's talk about, now I did see that you guys also wanting to get into the metaverse as well. So let's talk about that.
That's the it's obviously part of the plan. Developing different games, adding the casino game where people can play against each other, have Texas Hold'em tournaments, stuff like that. It's gonna eventually help us get into the metaverse, so that you'll be able to play against others and see each other in a way, or on the metaverse itself, play a tournament, a Texas Hold'em tournament, or blackjack, stuff like that. That's still in the works. I mean, it's gonna be sometime later this year. It's not gonna happen right away. That that is a big change and big amount of work that is needed. But it is part of the plan. Like I said, we are looking at different partnerships. I have contact with a lot of different CEOs, a lot of different devs, and been talking to them about how we can do different things. And as soon as we have that, we'll go ahead and make an announcement, and let people know exactly what it is.
So okay, so you guys are working on the play to earn, and do you foresee that being done in this year here, 2024?
Well, the play to earn will be done this year. I mean, hopefully the next couple of weeks, maybe a month or so. The metaverse will be done later on this year. There's, like I said, there's so many things that we're trying to do, right? That we're trying to implement. So everything takes time. Everything needs to be done perfectly, and make sure that it's safe. Gerardo is one of our main tech guys, and he has a computer science degree, so he's helping us to make sure that everything that we put out for you guys, for the players to enjoy, and or investors to see, is 100% safe, and is it's being done in a legit way, right? So like I said, it really takes time, but we are a long-term project. We're gonna be here later, next year, the following year. We're gonna continue to be here, and we're gonna continue to come up with more stuff. All of our games that we have, there's more and more updates that are coming up. And the next couple of days, you're gonna see an update on our Gold Rush Racer game, where you see different images added into the background, which will show you how the in-game advertising actually is gonna work. And then you right now you can see the Google ads and the little videos with advertising that actually pays back to the project itself, is actually giving us that income, right? So all of this is continues to be developed, continues to be grown, and it's just gonna continue to be that way.
Sounds good. No, I love the consistency and the commitment that you have to the project, man. Like you mentioned, you guys started out with nothing, 5,000 market cap, funded your own LP, etc. And here you are still really grinding it out, right? You're not one of those guys where just bounce around and just start new projects, and if it works out, you stay with it, and if it doesn't work out for a week or two, and you leave, right? So you have a lot of developers actually doing that right now, because the barrier to launching a project is not very hard nowadays, right, with the technology. So yeah, no, I respect your commitment to the project, and I'm pretty sure your community as well.
Thank you for that. I mean, in life, right, in business, I told you, I've been running my own business for 18 years. We had the amazing growth where we were a big company. Then the COVID came in and really did a number on us, and so we went back down, and then we're building back up. And it will be easy to just give up and go to work for somebody else, and get a salary and all that stuff, right? But it's not the way I do things. I like to stick to what I do, because I believe in it. And I try to continue to work. You get, like I said, all the different complications that we have. For example, with iOS just getting approved, there were many roadblocks that we found on the way, and we just keep going right through them, and because we believe in what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, that's just part of every single business right out there. Unfortunately, the landscape of the crypto space now that we're in, it's not the same, right? Even a lot of developers have no background in real life business or anything, right? They just launch a project with no experience or nothing. And you don't want to have to use any kind of capital now almost to even launch a project, right? You just create a contract, and you raise funds, whatever you get, and you just launch it. So there's no skin in the game, right? So that allows people just to balance one project to the other very easily.
It's really, I'm sorry, if I may say that, it's really unfortunate how people take advantage of the space, to make money, right? I understand there's scammers, on every aspect of life, right? They're always trying to take people's money, looking for, different ways to scam people and steal their funds, right? In crypto it's really amazing how many people actually do that for a living, and you see that every single day. I get hundreds of messages on my DMs and emails, and some actually call me directly, somehow they found my number, and it's like it is crazy. It is crazy how people do things. So for us is we believe that, okay, everybody's a little scared about crypto because of all the scams. Why not make something real? Why not make something that can really prove that it is possible to do it the right way? And it is going to take time, right? A lot of people say, hey, you got to pump the token, you got to do this, you got to do that. We're more into the building, the building an actual project, building an actual business. So I think that eventually all of this is going to come out. People are going to see it, are going to start noticing, and then which is going to continue to grow. Once we get into that place, nobody's going to be able to stop us. I mean, Besa is going to be something special.
Awesome, awesome, and I look forward to see those development that you guys have been working on for a while now. Now, apparently, you are docked. You're on the webcam, so I think that's always a plus. I always like developers that who docks themselves. I think that brings another trust level into the project. And also just to ensure that the community that you guys are not going anywhere, right? And your commitment as well. But you guys are audited as well, correct?
Correct. We are audited on, BNB and Solana. We're KYC also on BNB and Solana, and obviously Doxxed. If you go into our website, you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see the whole team. Everybody has a picture, and you get to see us. We're usually active on the social media, or at least Telegram. So if you have any questions, you can just go ahead and ask. Somebody will be there from the team and answer your questions. But like I said, that's one of the main things. We want to show our faces because we have nothing to hide, right? To say that we're taking people's money, we're not going to do that. Because this, like I said, this is something that we're doing for real. So that's why we show our faces. I show you who I am. Show you my workplace, and because like I said, nothing to hide here, man.
Yeah, that's actually very important. That's actually very important to be doxing. So I'm pretty sure the community appreciate that as well. I always like to do an AMA with the projects that dox themselves as well. And even when I invest into a project, I love a developer who docs himself or herself, because it shows me a lot, right? It shows me a lot about the commitment to the project. Because if his intention is to scam people, he wouldn't dox himself, right? Especially, I think you're in California, right, Gabe?
Yes, sir. I'm in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area.
Yeah, you're like almost my neighbor. I'm Washington, so we're not too far away. Like what, couple states away? How long is the drive from Seattle to California?
Last time we went to Seattle for unfortunately for a funeral, but me and my brothers, it took us about 14 hours to get to Seattle.
14 hours. Yeah.
It's a long drive. It is a long drive, but it's especially when you go through Portland, traffic. It's beautiful, really nice area. So, but I'm a Bay guy. I've been in the Bay for 40 years now. So
wow,
I love the Bay.
Yeah, only been to California 2 times. I had the best time. I remember going over there. Yeah, I had the best time. I literally, the first time I went there, we just went from all the beaches, from Venice to everything, and I just going around, just eat every damn thing out there, It's a pretty nice place. Actually, it took me by surprise because, prior to that, Washington, we don't have palm trees over here, right? Because it's a cold weather. So I went over there and I saw the palm trees. I was like, oh man. And the weather was just perfect. There's no humidity, nothing. It was just like sunny, but no humidity. But yeah, no, Seattle's nice. It was better. Now it's getting a lot of drugs are going through here. What is that? Fentanyl coming through here. So it's a lot of homelessness and a lot of people on drugs and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure there's parts of California is the same thing, right?
Oh, it is. It is an issue that everybody has, especially if you have nice weather like we do. People can live outside and stay outside, and they take advantage of that. But it is part of life, man.
Yeah. Life is, you gotta deal with everything. But yeah, no, Gip. So everything is straightforward. So again, to recap, Besa Gaming, really trying to build a bunch of games where games that are easy to play, easy to understand, where you can actually play and earn money while you're playing it. To me, this seems very committed. They like I said, they launched the project at 9,000 market cap, funded their own LP, and here they are, hitting all-time high 500 something thousand, 540,000 K, still sitting at 13x currently, just launched on Solana right now. And yeah, and it looks like in days here, they're also working on a play-to-earn game, and more games will be coming out.
Yeah.
I
mean, like I said, one thing that we're not only into games. We have a missing people app because we are helping that side of the world. We're trying to help out families that are going through that horrible tragedy. So we have different things that we are developing for that,
Oh
and you'll
yeah,
see
Gabe.
that on our web.
Sorry. I want to emphasize on that for a bit because my team reached out to me and said that you guys are working on something like that. Actually, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, let's put more emphasis on that. What is this about missing person app? Like
So
okay, so okay, yeah, let's talk about that.
yeah, we are creating a foundation. It's called findhopefoundation.org. You go into our website, you'll see that, and you go to the social media, you'll see all the different links for it. So we've been building that for about 3 weeks. We got the website up and running. We have different groups. There's just in Mexico alone, you have hundreds of different groups of people that are going through this. They're missing a family member that got kidnapped or disappeared, or different runaways. You name it. And there's in Mexico alone, 114,000 people were reported as missing last year alone, right? And those are the ones that actually reported. So you have they really believe the number is more closer to like half a million people. So if you put all those numbers together, plus you multiply that for their parents, their friends, family, the numbers are mind blowing. You're talking about millions and millions of people that are suffering for this. So on a personal note, some of my family members unfortunately went through that. So that really opened up my eyes. It really got me into looking into it a lot closer than I used to before. And I had that idea that since we are creating all these different things, we can actually help in a way that will have an actual impact. And one of the ways that we're doing, we created the website, and we are creating all these different partnerships with all these different groups so that everybody comes together and they actually help each other instead of trying to fight for attention, right? As we grow our social media, our following, we can actually expand the number of people that see these missing people, these different images. And using our technology, or using our knowledge, we using AI to create different videos where the actual person, the picture of the people that's missing, tell the story. So they tell you how it happened, how you can make contact, who you can talk to, if you have any information, things like that. But they're actually telling you their own story. And it really created a nice, really a big impact, because it came out on the news. It's been on different channels, different news outlets, and it's just growing. I mean, I get requests for to do the videos for them, and we try to get it done. We try to do everything for free. We don't charge anything, and we try to make sure that everything is legit, because obviously, like I said, scammers, right? Everywhere. They're always looking for ways, and they have no decency. They don't care about anything. So they just want to make money. So we try to make sure that everything that we do is actually confirmed, is actually checked, and we send it back to the families. They review it, they approve it, and then we post it on our social media. So this is, like I said, this is something that I'm so excited. I mean, it's gonna happen. It's already happening, and I really hope that, God willing, we get to help somebody, and down the road, maybe somebody goes back home and to their family.
Man, yeah, no, I the funny thing is that I actually been really looking to this topic, for a very long time. The reason is because I will go to a grocery store, and I'm pretty sure you guys heard of Walmart, right? I go here, there, and there. Sometimes there's one close to my house, and in the front door, very first thing at the front door is there's a thing called missing persons, and you will see just a bunch of young kids, man. Like, and sometimes I'm like, wow. And it seems to me like I'm looking at all these pictures, is that all like, young girls, 15, 14, 13, and it's just a lot of them. And I'm thinking to myself, this has to be done strategically, right? Some kind of organization, and people are going missing. like seems like an organization, somebody's out there doing this intentionally, because you cannot tell me that all the missing child or like on a certain age group and almost like the same demographic, right? It doesn't make sense to me. And as I look further into it, and it seems to me that there's a bigger problem. This is a big issue that's going
Yep.
on the whole country. So I'm a big boxing fan, right? I love boxing, and I'm not sure you heard about Ryan Garcia.
Yep. Oh yeah, I know the guy. Hmm?
Yeah. So lately he's literally coming out, and he just did a spaces with Andrew Tate, pretty much exposing the industry. Ryan Garcia is the top boxer in the world. So for him to go onto X and pretty much exposing what had happened to him and pretty much why all these kids are missing. Uh, I forgot that it's called Bohemian Groove. I don't know. But anyway, apparently now it's been trending. So news outlet are actually picking up the story. They're protecting him. People are trying to protect him because apparently the industry, I don't know who the hell was the industry, who the hell they are, but apparently there are people out there actually going around and kidnap kids like that for some crazy sick reason. And so yeah, that's crazy, man. It's a crazy story. So it's funny because I just been recently just start looking to this further, and then just freaking my mind just like blown away. But I'm very
Well,
glad. I'm sorry what happened to your your family member, and I'm very glad that you're doing this. This is like a feel good mission, brother. So that's
yeah.
really awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Well, one of the big groups that we're talking to, they're into sexual trafficking and all that stuff for kids. It's a horrible thing that's happening. So, like I said, as we continue to expand, we wanted to create the actual official foundation, right? So it's actually legit. It's not going to be, just, some guy asking for money, right? Because we want to create, like I said, we want to have fundraisers. We want to have, partnerships with different groups so that we can create more and more awareness. And that's like I said, it's really picking up. I might be doing that for a living. I really believe that. If it continues to grow like that, and hopefully, like I said, we want to do something good. We want to give back to the community. And I'm a church guy. I'm a religious guy. I do different things with different groups. So one of the things that we do, we go and feed the homeless, right? And you see there's so many people that they're missing. Probably they don't even know that their family is looking for them, right? So that's why we want to create this, so that we can give that opportunity for somebody to actually see somebody that's missing and be like, oh, that's my brother, right? Where is he at? So we can give him that information. So I think it's something special. Obviously, we are creating it, so I'm biased. I really believe in it, right? But I think it's something special that we're trying to do, and connecting everything with Bessa. One of the ways that people are gonna actually benefit is because it's all connected to Bessa. We have the website. We created the website for them. For the foundation, and it shows Bessa on it. On our games, we actually in the next few days, you're gonna see the images of the people, some of the people that are missing. So when you're playing the game, you're gonna see them on the billboards. You're gonna see them on the walls, as you're playing the game, and that creates that awareness. And one of the things I would say at the end is to close this up. When you talk to the families, because I talk to them every single day, when you talk to the families, one of the things that they want, they actually just want somebody to see their pictures, their family members. And one thing that really broke my heart was when they told me that they go to downtowns and big cities, and they're just distributing different, piece of paper with the pictures, and people will grab it and literally, rumble it and throw it on the floor as soon as they grab it. It's like, why not take a second just to look at it, right? So these people do that. They do this every weekend. That's how they spend their life, and a lot of people, never find their loved ones and they passed away. A lot of parents go through that. So we're doing everything that we can, and we are gonna, continue to help out as much as we can.
That is really awesome, and that you're doing that. I think we have a very big, serious problem with missing people in America right now. I didn't know the extent of it, until recently I looked further into it. Like I said, I always see pictures in front of grocery stores, and it doesn't make sense to me. It's like, how are these people, these many kids go missing, and you don't see that on the news? You don't, like, seems like it's just being brushed under the carpet for some reason. And just in general, bro, just in general, I feel like technology that we're in right now, and how kids are having access to the internet, and you have all those bad people having access to internet
Yes.
too. So it's just like bad combination to everything. I remember when I was growing up, you can go ride a bike down the street. A young girl can walk down the street by herself and it'll be fine, right? And you have that community sense of community. Now, bro, like, what's going on? Like things change so much. Like, I mean, it's crazy now. You don't see people walking the street anymore.
Yeah,
You really scary. It's
when
like
I,
like I feel like it's. Go ahead, brother.
Sure. When I talk to my son about, when I was a kid, he thinks it was crazy, being, playing soccer on the street, until 8, 10, 10 p.m. when it's raining, and he thinks it's like the craziest thing ever, because there's no way he's gonna do that, right? So right now, like you said, social media, video games, all the different things, they do have an impact on people's lives, right? Sometimes it's very negative, and it's just the way it is. I think it's just the way it is. We just have to be vigilant and try to do things the right way. Like I said, and there, like in Mexico, you're talking about the cartels, right? These guys are, they're garbage, man. This is what they do for a living, and they're okay with it, right? So by creating this different venue for people to share and to actually help us, like I said, continue to grow and continue to share different information, it's going to come back eventually. It's going to go back to the families, and it might create an actual positive change to the environment, right? Well, I can't tell you exactly what that's going to be, but I believe it. I believe in my heart that's something that's going to be very positive.
Yeah, and my team just told me about what you guys are doing over there, and I'm like, oh man, that sounds great. Like, it's, even if you change one life, even if there's one life found, one person found, hey, you've done enough there, right? Even just one. So yeah, no, I appreciate your, I guess, your compassion and your willingness to going out there trying to help people. Find missing people out there. So that's a great mission that we can get behind. Yeah, let us know how we can support you as well.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Awesome, Bessa. Well, it's been a great chat, brother. It's been a great chat, and I think we pretty much covered everything. Now, did we miss anything that you want to speak on?
I think people are gonna have a lot of questions, so we're gonna be around for a while. There's a lot of people that have been asking questions, trying to understand, everything that we're doing and how things are connected. So, yeah, I mean, we'll probably cover most of it right now.
Yeah, so let me. I know you're at work right now, but I know there's a lot of questions on there, and I know some of you guys, some of these questions. I'm not sure how you guys are able to write all these questions down, guys, but I don't know how to generate these questions. And some of these questions, I'm not gonna lie, it does not come across like the actual questions that you read from the white paper. But I'm gonna go through here, and I'm gonna pick one. If you want to, too, Gabe, go into the under your banner, click on comment. Maybe you can pick one as well. But I'll go through here and pick a couple, okay, and see if you have time for a couple questions, really quick.
Yeah, let's do it. I have plenty of time, man.
Oh yeah, you're the boss, right? The boss can take all day off if he wants to, right?
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go play golf.
That's awesome. You know, I wish I could play golf. The funny thing is that because I play different sports. I play soccer. I'm actually a martial artist. I train a lot. I like fighting. But I'm not a violent person. I'm actually not at all. A lot of people, there's a misconception to that. I play basketball, so I played golf twice, and I tell you what, man. So I thought golf was freaking easy, bro. And I remember playing golf for the first time. I'm like, Jesus, you gotta take account of the wind, how flat the ground is, the grass, how tall the grass is, and everything.
It literally is like you're playing for the first time almost every time you go play. There's so many things, yeah, you can hit the best shot ever, and then next thing you know, you just suck at it, right? Um, but you gotta love it. I love the game. Play with Gerardo quite a bit and a bunch of other friends. Gerardo sucks at it, by the way. But I mean, I really enjoy it. It's part of the Besa week. We want to do a Besa week where we have, tournaments, golf tournaments, different partnerships, different fundraisers, different things like that. So that's part of the plan too.
Yeah, very strategic, right? And it's a lot of mind too. Like you gotta really think, right? Yeah, it's a very, very mental game, and I did not think that. I thought it was so simple, like it was not easy. It was not easy for sure. But I love the game though. I love anything that has to do with like thinking a bit. Actually golf, you gotta really think. You gotta take a lot of things to account. That's kind of like playing billiard, right? Billiard pool. I like to play pool too. A lot of people look at pool, billiard like it's a straight game, right? But there's a lot of strategies involved if you actually want to be good. Like know how to shoot the ball, the angle, the English, where you place your placement on the cue ball, how you hold the stick, everything comes together. So it kind of reminds me of golf. Um, Let me pick
Sounds
one
like a
here. So let
challenge.
me see. Oh, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I said that sounds like a challenge. I love to play, pool and carom, the three, what's it called? Uh, like it's called carom, right? It's where you play with only three balls. I love that game too. We can get together, have a few beers, and shoot up some pool.
Oh, you play that? So you yeah. So three ball, which is like one ball has to touch other two balls, right? Is that what you mean?
It has to touch the other two balls, or it has to touch three walls before it touches the second ball. So it's
Oh, that is hard. I know exactly what you mean. Oh man. So your
yeah,
your
it's a
English
lot
has
more
to be on
complicated.
point. Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
your your English has to be on point. So that means you're very good because a lot of people don't even know, never even heard of that game. So to play that game, like your English has to be like on point because it's all about placement for the next move, right? And using the
Yes.
cushion, etc. Wow. So you're
Yes.
pretty good.
I'm
Hey,
not. I'm
that's a
not gonna say.
challenge.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say I'm very, very good, but I can. I can play. I can definitely play.
Really? Well, let me know when you come to Seattle, brother. I love a good game, and when I go to the bar, I will say I probably can beat a lot of the people there. I would say at least 90. Bar people they don't really know to play, so it's not a challenge to me, right? So I kind of stop playing because it's not a challenge to me. But I like to play good players because then that kind of motivate me. It makes me play. You know how you just play to the person's skill, right? When you play with a guy who doesn't play, somehow you just suck too. But you play with a guy that can play, you have to step up your game. So I love a challenge. Let me know.
I will for sure, man. Next time I go, I'll let you know.
For sure, for sure. Okay, so let me pick one. Sorry, I'm kind of like got sidetracked here. Okay, so here's one here by Adam. Let's see here. Let's say as part of the marketing strategy, what metrics would be used to gauge the success of the campaign across various social platforms, and how will these insights shape the future promotion efforts? So this is like one of those general, I don't know how they put together this questions, but it's pretty much asking what are your marketing strategies or promotion strategies going forward?
I mean, like I said, we keep growing our utilities, right? So that one of the main things that we want to show people is that we do have different things that we're working on, and we actually have, real games and utilities that you can actually play with. Instead of making promises, a bunch of empty promises that this is coming, we're working on the game, we're working on this, working on that. We are actually delivering on all the different things that we have planned and that we promised before. As we continue to grow, we're going to continue to do that. And I think that, just using social media, you're talking to people, different groups, different calls, different services. We have so many different people that, you'll be surprised how many messages I get from different people. And we try to do our due diligence to when it comes to who we're gonna use and who we pay, because that's actual real money. So we gotta make sure that we do do our work and make sure that who we actually are using is actually legit, right? Like I said, we get a lot of buffers, but the plan is that we have a portion of the tax for the BNB version comes back to the team, so that we can continue that advertisement and continue that development. So advertising, it never stops. Literally 24/7. We have somebody doing something on X or other social media, posting about us or talking about Besa. It is it takes time. There's always this experts that come into the group and they're all mad because they want me to use this guy or that particular guy, right? And we look it up, we check them out, and we see if it's actually something that we can use. And to be honest, a lot of the times these people that are saying use this guy is actually part of the project, it's part of the sales group. So they're not really trying to help, they're just trying to sell their services. So as soon as we see that's it, we completely forget about what they're offering, and we disregard the recommendation, right? So we got to keep an eye on different things, but advertising will never stop. And as we continue to go into different chains, we're going to talk about the BNB and the Solana and the other version that's coming up. It's not that we're only going to talk about one, right? So we'll continue to talk about everything that we have on all the different versions that we have, all the different utilities. And I think that's going to eventually, like I said, it's going to help us grow.
Awesome. Thanks for that answer there. All right. This one is actually very interesting. So it says the meaning behind Bessa as keeping one's promise is intriguing. How does this core value influence decision-making within the project? And what promises or commitments do you prioritize as you move forward?
I told you guys before, one of the reasons why I love the meaning of Besa and why we choose, the name is because it's an Albanian word that it literally means to keep your promise, to keep your word no matter what, right? In different countries, they have what is called the Besa code, which people actually, use as a code of conduct. You'll say you gotta help the needy, you gotta open your door to somebody that needs help. And I learned about it when I went to an exhibition about the Nazis and Jewish people trying to escape Germany. They went into Albania, and the families, the people actually welcomed them and hide them in their houses. Different languages, different religions. They were willing to do that because of this code. And I just fell in love with it, man. I really love that idea. So when we came out with Besa, it was like, oh, it is a perfect name. Let's go ahead and run with it. So we that's why we did that. And I think it shows, when, showing our faces, like I said, showing all the different things that we're working on. It shows you that, we are trying to keep our promise, that we are going to do everything that we can to keep our promise. And everything that I tell you that we're going to have, we are really working on it. I'm not making anything up. We have a wallet that we're working on that is going to do something special in the space. We have a casino game. We have another game that has, like I said, has 15 levels already. We are adding different characters to it, different things, different different tokens, different things that shows our logo, and everything that I say is actually in the works. So that's one way that we honor the name, and we honor what we mean, our commitment.
That's awesome, man. I love the story behind the name and why you chose the name. And I think we kind of touched on that throughout the whole AMA and prior to this as well. It's the level of the commitment. Now, I honestly did not know about the history of the name, why you chose it. We might have talked about it, but I do not recall. On memory's probably gone. Seems like I'm getting
Yeah.
older.
I mean, it really is a special thing. Like, I have Albanian people contact me, and they they want to make sure that I understand what the mean is, because it's special for them, right? So obviously I'm not from Albania. I was born and raised in Mexico, and been in the US for, like I said, most of my life. um, but I think it's just a universal thing that everybody wishes that can actually be true, right? Do the best that you can for other people, help out as much as you can, and regardless of how they look or what they do or who they are, just try to help out. And like I said, that meaning it's just a beautiful thing.
100%, man. By the way, man, I think Mexican people are one of the awesomest people. True story, a week and a half ago, and I love Mexican food. And there's this bar that I actually never been to before, right? And I just Google Mexican food around me, Google pops up, and I went to this bar slash restaurants, and I was the only Asians in there. It was pretty full. So I went and called some food, and out of nowhere, the waitress came up to me and was like, "Hey, the guy in the back, want to buy you a shot, anything you want." I wasn't intent to drink, and so and now that the waitress, she barely speaks any English. It was like a two Mexican place, right? Amazing food. So I had to take out the Google Translate. I said, if he buys me one, I have to buy him one back. So next thing you know, we had like 5 patrons each, and I end up spending like the next 6 hours at the bar drinking with a bunch of people that I don't even know. Man, I love man. I had the best time. That's true story on anything in my life, which is like around a week and a half ago. I had the most amazing
That
time, man. So despite what you hear on the news and stuff like that, this crazy stuff, man, I think Mexicans are one of the awesomest people out there. So yeah, no, you guys are
that's
awesome.
that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that's an awesome story behind your name. Let's do one more. That's it here. So let's see here. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, as I'm going through here, guys, you guys literally, some of the questions are literally being copied from the previous person. Do not do that. Um, you know what? Here's the crazy questions, but I think I see why you do it. But here's the questions. Looks like the guy he's probably in your TG, understands it. But they say, uh, Bessa spent $5,000 to list on CMC. Uh, I guess he feels like like it was not necessary. What is your answer to that, Gabe?
No, it was definitely necessary. All this time with BNB, we've been trying to get into CMC organically, right? We created volume. We follow every requirement that they made, but they never accepted our application, because every time I will ask, hey, can you give me an update? They will send me an invoice. Pay the 5K, you'll be on CMC. It's as simple as that, right? And once they change the rules, now they charge you $5,000, right? I don't know of any project that I actually got in for free. So I think that they just need to make it official and say, this is the fees that you have to pay, instead of all this other honestly nonsense that you get in for free if blah blah blah. Because I mean, unless you get into one of the bigger exchanges like Bitmart or L Bank, you're not getting into CMC unless you pay. I really think that. And it's been I mean, literally, what, 6 months since we launched the BNB version, right? And as soon as we launched, we apply. As soon as, that we got that, 540,000, volume coming in, they did not approve us. They rejected our requirement because, oh, you needed more followers, you needed this. So we added, different advertisements so we could grow on X, or we could grow our social media, and then try to reapply again. And then they sent same thing, rejected us. So instead of going through all these different things, and then you're gonna have people, complaining, why aren't you, how come you're not on CMC, right? If you're a real project, you should be on CMC. You should be on CMC. So we made the decision that, we're just gonna cover the fee, we're just gonna take care of it, and make sure that we get on CMC, which is gonna happen. Hopefully, it will happen in the next, 24 hours or less. Once CMC, BNB goes into CMC, that actually means that Solana goes into CMC as well, because adding another token to our page is fairly easy. So, it's just the best way to do it. It's an investment, obviously, for the project, and it's necessary. CMC, as much as I complain, it is a necessary evil, that we need to go through, right? And every project that is actually trying to do something for real needs to have that. So paying the 5K is something that, it's just the best decision that we can make.
I agree 100%. I think, like you just said there, I think if you're taking your project seriously, and as you can see, he's willing to pay 5,000 to be CMC, it just gives you more exposure, more awareness, right? People can actually search you, versus you literally just stuck within your Telegram or on Dex 2 only. So here, people you just get more exposure in general. So it is necessary. So I agree with you on that. Well, awesome, Gabe. I think, there's a lot more questions there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to incentivize the community to go to your room and ask further questions over there. We will pick the best questions as a winner. But if you guys go over there, ask further questions, and give one meaningful feedback when I open the room, join the TG, be part of the community, and either myself, Johnny, or Mike will go there, pick a $10 win over there as well. So Gabe, man, it's been a great chat, brother. Thanks for being here for the third time with us. Which it says a lot. I don't know what we do right over here, but we have a lot of projects that, tech time, multi-millions, 350 millions, and you want to come back here for the 3 times. Sometimes it makes me really happy. So I appreciate you being here.
No, I mean, you guys, I like the questions. We can sit down and have an actual conversation. The only thing that we're missing is a beer, right? So
yeah.
it really feels that way. So that's why I wanted to come back, is because I know you guys will have good questions, and with you recording all this, so people will get a chance to see, what we're trying to do, and I think they will understand more and more, what the plan is, and that's why I'm like, let's go back with these guys. I like you guys anyway, so it's like let's go ahead and do it. If I may say something before we go. Keep an eye on if all the different ecosystems that we're creating, all this big ecosystem with all these different games and applications and NFTs and stuff like that. I think that if you really want to be part of Besa, think about it as long term, right? If you want to make, times X and run away to invest into something else, you're obviously free to do that. I'm not gonna tell you what you got to do with your money. This is gonna be your decision at the end of the day. But if you're thinking about the future, something that you really want to be a part of and be part of the project from the beginning, and then be able to look back in 5 years or 10 years, see how much you actually benefit from it, which I really believe is gonna be a lot. You can just get in and walk away. Leave it there, hang, just come back next year and see what happens, because I'm not gonna, like I said, I can't promise you, times 100, right? But I can promise you that we're never gonna stop working on it. So we're gonna continue to develop, we're gonna continue to do the things that we have. So, holding a bag on BNB, getting a bag on Solana, getting one of our NFTs. All this, if you put them all together, it's just going to give you rewards left and right. And then once our income starts coming in from the advertisement on our games and the Missing People app, one of the things that we're going to do, we're also going to have different advertising on that app as well, right? So one way that we can help families, show their show their faces, the missing people info, is one of the best things to do it by having a game, having them in our game, having the app so that people can actually see that. But it also comes back to holders, to Besa holders, because we have that advertisement. We've been 100% open from the beginning with the families. Everybody understands that, there's different things that need to happen, for us to actually have something long term. So they understand that, yeah, you need to add something that actually, gives you something back. So all of that, once it actually kicks off and you have, all these families looking at the games and sharing with their friends, there's just I think there's gonna be a nice, return coming back our ways that we can share with the holders. So that's the one thing that I wanted to specify. You really wanna, like I said, get a bag and hold on for a while, and take some money, go invest some other, meme tokens and try to make money that way. But Besa is gonna be here, next year, and you don't have to worry about that money going somewhere or losing your money. So that's the one thing I want to say.
Yeah, very well said. Very well said. And I think you've seen it recently, right? If you look at the bull run, most of the projects, actually, new projects, are not really doing those many X's. You're talking about projects that have established, even the meme coins. Go back to the meme coins that you actually sold, that's been still working on it. They've been blowing up, right? So yeah, you guys sometimes have to learn, where to hold. Very crucial. And I always invest in the team, not necessarily the idea or the concept behind it, but the actual people behind it. And you guys can form your own opinion, but they've been around for a while now, and he's still here hustling. So with that being said, guys, Solana chain just launched. I think it went up. It has a dip right now, exactly where it started, I believe. So it's not even down from the launching initial market cap. Still sitting over in BNB around 15x. All-time high was like, I don't know, a lot of X's. So 50 something, I believe. Yeah. So after this, I will pin their TG. Make sure you join their community and be part of the team. So with that being said, Gabe, we do have a giveaway on our team for all the listeners right here. I'll let you pick, brother. I'll let you pick. If you can scroll down and just pick one name as the winner for the listener. Scroll down, scroll up, where you want.
I'll see wherever it stops. Charlie Brown, whoever that is.
Oh, you know what? I think Charlie Brown, man. I think he won the last one too.
Then let's change it to somebody else. Nah, that's it.
No. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that because he's gonna DM me. He was like, "No, you guys pick me first." So we're gonna stick with Charlie Brown, which is funny though. I don't want to conflict with Charlie Brown.
Just a lucky guy, I guess.
He is a lucky guy. The funny thing is, the other day we had a project and they scroll down and somebody picked Gary Gensler. So apparently Gary Gensler's in here listening to our AMAs somewhere. So that is funny. Anyway, all right, Gabe, it's been a great chat, brother. It's been a great chat, and I look forward to see your developments and the games that you guys are working on.
All right, man. Thank you so much for having me and allowing me to talk about Besa. I can literally talk for hours about Besa because it's what I love. So thank you. Like I said, thank you for the opportunity. We appreciate it, and we'll be talking to you guys soon.
All right, sounds good, brother. We'll chat soon. All right, guys. So once I open up the TG, make sure you guys join their Telegram, and also I will be picking the best questions as well. And what else? Oh yeah, let's do a random number as well. So let's do a random number of $10. So I'm not sure how many listeners we have right now, but let's do 1 to 200, 5 guesses only, okay? 1 to 200, 5 guesses only. And you guys have a chance also to win $10 from there just for fun. All right, guys. So with that being said, thank you so much for being here for this AMS session. Thank you, Gabe, again. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you. All right, bye-bye.